So here we are in Penrith again, and we're off on another of our multi-day adventures. First day is not going to be too long a day. We're just doing what's called the Eamont Way, which is from Penrith to Pooley Bridge. From Pooley Bridge we're going to catch the boat down Ullswater to Glenridding, and we're staying there for the night. So as we make our way through Penrith, we'll have a look at the route. Wait. Good boy. So our first signpost of the Eamont Way, 4 3/4 miles to Pooley Bridge. Oh, we're both glad to be through Penrith and away from that traffic. Oh, and I tell you what, it's a warm one today, and it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. Not too much walking today though, so this bit's nice and shady. Right, on we go away from the traffic. So I don't know how well walked this Eamont Way is. I stumbled on it by mistake. I was planning my route from Penrith to Pooley Bridge. I'd never heard of this. So yeah, I don't know how well walked it is. And there's a bit down here when I was looking on Google Street View, there's a sign saying caution bull, and there on Google again there are cattle in the field. We can walk half a mile down the road to avoid them if we have to. Oh, right. Glad to be away from all that racket. On we go. So from what I've been able to find out on Tinterweb, this route I think was devised as a link into the Ullswater Way. And I tell you what, it's warm already. There is a bit of a breeze blowing. I don't know if that'll help cool Charlie down. Yeah, tomorrow's the hot day, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to keep him wet pretty much all day tomorrow. Right, on we go. I think out of those options there, we want the path to Tyrrell. So there we go, look, Pooley Bridge, 3 miles, so we're almost halfway. Good to get Charlie into river there, get him wet, cool him down, and we'll get him into lake when we get to Pooley Bridge, depending on the time. Now, my original plan was to get the 3:15 boat, but you know, plans for my holidays and stuff, they never run smoothly, do they? So there's roadworks on the road into my village and it's closed, so bus had to take like a 30-minute detour to get to us. So the original train I was supposed to get was 11:30, so I changed it to 12:30, and as it happens we got into Penrith in time to catch the 11:30 one. It rolled in while we were sat having a coffee, so I caught the 12:30 one. So I was then going to catch the 4:30 boat. Now if we carry on without any breaks, GPS is saying that we might be in Pooley Bridge for 3 o'clock. So we'll see what happens, see if we can get to Pooley Bridge for 3. So it's only 3 miles and it's 10 to 2. Let's see, on we go. This way, Charlie. Well, it's certainly well signposted, is this Eamont Way, even if the last 3 signs that we've passed have all said Pooley Bridge 3 miles. And we're not going to make it for 3:15 boat, so I'm just going to dawdle along and see about getting a bite to eat in Pooley Bridge. I've not had out since breakfast and I'm feeling it now. So yeah, we'll dawdle along and get the 4:30 boat. It's not the day to be rushing anyway. Right, on we go. Well, I've just got confused here, and easy, I know. Through this gate, and then there's signs on there saying Eamont Way down there. I've just checked on map, and what there is there's a footpath runs alongside this bridleway. So we're going to stick to this bridleway because it's shady. Yeah, both bring you out at the same place. So we'll carry on down here in the cool. And I don't know if you picked it up there, that beep on the GPS, that waypoint signals our entry into the Lake District National Park. That's all good. Oh, and I tell you what, I'm glad of these shady lanes, especially for Charlie, and getting him in that river as well. That was good. Right, on we go, dawdling along. So we've got our real first glimpse of the lake's hills, even they are a bit hazy. There's Little Melfell and Great Melfell. Blencathra's looking very hazy. I don't know if you can make it out on here. Yeah, and this little lane's a delight. It's lovely and cool for Charlie. Just stopped to get him a drink back there. Yeah, so we pop out onto the road just down here, and I'm glad I didn't take the footpath other side of this wall. A certain amount of bovine activity going on in that field. So we popped out onto this road and I noticed a waymark on that last signpost there for Charles Goff Way. I've no idea what that is or who Charles Goff was. If anybody out there knows about that, drop us a comment, let us know. So we're on this road for a bit now. Could be more depending on that caution bull field. When I've looked on Google Earth and Street View and whatever, it's only a small field, and it is, or it was on, when I looked on Google, full of cattle. There don't look to be an easy escape route, so if we don't do that, we'll just stay on the road for another half mile, and then we can turn off onto a footpath. Right, on we go. Well, this is turning out to be a really good, well thought out and looked after path actually, with this permitted path at the side of the road. I thought we were going to have to be walking down roads, so no, it's really good. I'd never heard of it. The only issue might be the bull field down here. We'll see when we come to that. So we're coming up to the possible bull fields, and there doesn't look to be any bovine activity up there. I see some sheep. Is that some cattle in the far distance? But if it is, they're well on the other side of the field. I'm not sure which field we're going to. It's first one, not second one. Right, we'll carry on. So, no bovine activity there. When I was looking on Google, it was that gate there that said caution bull on the other side of it. That's been removed. So yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Could do with getting back in some shade though. Warm again. Right, on we go. Ah, well, let's hope they keep the distance. I thought, oh, we're doing well. Right, we'll keep right up to the wall. So that's the bovine activity successfully negotiated. Let's hope that's the one and only. And once we get into the hills tomorrow, there'll be no cattle to contend with for the rest of the trip. Ah, right, onwards. Charlie, we'll go this way, fella. So we've branched off the official route of the Eamont Way. I didn't fancy them cattle right next to the path, and I had planned on coming down this way to have a break by a footbridge near an old mill down here, and there is a bridle way goes down this way, so we'll see if we can pick that up. So just through that gate there, footpath goes that way. It's not very distinct, but yeah, we'll head off over there, but we're just going to go down here and have a break by the river. And if we go, here's the old mill there. Look. All right, so we're gonna just go down here and have a break by the river. Well, that cow avoiding tactic didn't work, did it? Up here, Charlie. Well, it turns out that them cattle down there were the cattle that were here that we took the avoiding route for. Typical, eh? Right, on we go. So it's good to be on another bit of a shady lane. Charlie had a paddle and his lunch, well, a late lunch down there at the river, and fancy them cattle. They must have watched us. Right, so hopefully that's it for cattle. We're not that far from Pooley Bridge now, I don't think, anyway. Onto some access land up here, and then we drop down onto the road, actually in Pooley Bridge, I think, and I'm going to get something to eat. I'm absolutely starving. Right, on we go. So we're on the open access land now. Oh, it's warm now. I'll be glad when we get some shade. So yeah, we're through here. Then I think we skirt round a caravan park. We had an incident with the caravan park. Blooming hats. Last time out, didn't we? If you watch that video. Right, just show you. Behind us over here, that little hill. It's covered in trees. We did that as an alternative rubbish weather walk. Last year we were staying, I think at Gill side, were we? I can't remember. That's Dunmallet. It's an outlying fell. We're getting hazy views now over to Arthur's Pike and Bonscale Pike and Halling Fell, Place Fell. I'll stick you onto the camera. So they're all a bit hazy, but there's just above this tree is Arthur's Pike and Bonscale Pike, and then over to Halling Fell, and then Place Fell up there, and that's that Dunmallet. And this is the caravan park that we couldn't. I think we just skirt around it. I don't think we go through it. And then that's us pretty much into Pooley Bridge, and I'm going to have a pint. Oh, right, on we go. So as you saw on that signpost, we've just come down a permitted path to avoid the farmyard. I tell you what, this is a great route. It's really well signposted. It's been well planned with permitted paths, avoiding farmyards and avoiding roads. We've only had 2 fields with cattle, one of which I made worse than it should have been really, but they weren't bothered. So yeah, it's been brilliant. We're just about in Pooley Bridge now, but I can recommend this route. It's been great. It's only going to be about 5.5 miles by the time we get to landing stage for the boat. But no, absolutely brilliant. Great way to get into lakes from Penrith if you're using public transport. Very good. Right, so it looks as if Pooley Bridge is heaving. The bar better not be heaving because I want a pint. Right, we'll see you in a bit. So here we are, in a pub. Don't know what it's called. I just made a beeline for the first beer garden that I saw. Part of directors and a packet of crisps. We've not done well for beer just recently. She commented when she was pulling it to other lad behind the bar that it wasn't pulling very well. I'm not surprised. It's about last pint in barrel, I think. I can't be bothered taking it back, but yeah, it's not good. Well, it's all right. It's not the best though. So yeah, we've got 45 minutes before the boat goes, so we'll mooch around here. Might have another pub call on the way around to the pier. Right, so yeah, we're just going to chill out for a bit before we catch the boat. So we've just come over the new bridge at Pooley Bridge. For maybe a couple of years or something like that, it was just Pooley because it didn't have a bridge. It got washed away, and I can't remember what storm. Yeah, that's the new bridge. So we're just making our way to the pier to catch the boat now. Glenridding. It was a very pleasant boat ride. So it's just a short walk to the pub now, and where we're staying for the night. So we'll probably see you in there having a pint. Well, we're installed. Oh, what a day that's been. I have absolutely loved it. It's been brilliant. Just everything about that Eamont Way, I can thoroughly recommend that. It's a great route. Yeah, it's well signposted, well looked after. Paths are brilliant. We just had two fields with bovine activity, but they weren't bothered. One of them I made worse than it should have been, really. Yeah, brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So nice bath as well in there. I'm going to get myself jumped in that, and then down to sample the wares in the bar and restaurant. So we'll see you down there. So we're fed and watered. Wasn't the best, if I'm honest. They didn't have the starter that I wanted, and the starter that I did have was all right. I had battered squid. It was all right, but then the main course, Cumberland sausage, mash and peas, everything was dry. Absolutely everything. It was just dry, and Charlie was stressing down there as well. So we came. In fact, he got more Cumberland sausage than me, I think. So yeah, we're gonna turn in soon. I don't know. Tomorrow it's forecast to be hotter than today. But the plan is I'm gonna keep Charlie wet all day long if I can. Get him in Ullswater before we set off, and then we're going up Grisedale, so get him in as many streams as we can going up there, and then up to up to Charlie. Lie down here. Lie down. Good boy. He's not settled today. I don't know why. He stressed last time we were here. I thought it would cost an air conditioning fan under the window, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, just going to keep him as wet as possible, get him in Grisedale Tarn as well. So we should be okay. Yeah, so we're gonna turn in soonish, I think. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. What a night. Didn't have a good night at all. I hardly slept. I was far too hot. I don't know if Charlie got any sleep, but he just stressed all night long. Last time we were staying here. See, he's not happy now. Yeah, so there's been a change of plan. I was going to wait until latest checkout time, which is 10:30, and leave then. But forecast is for it to be really hot today, so I'm gonna go for the earliest breakfast, and then just get out there, see if we can get to Grasmere before the worst of the heat. We'll have to mooch around when we get to Grasmere for a bit, but I'd rather get the walking done before it gets too hot for Charlie. But yeah, gonna get all packed up, get changed, down for breakfast. Like I say, we're not staying here again. I don't know what's upsets Charlie here. First time we came was Christmas last year, and he was fine then. We've been here twice since, just for one night. Last time he's stressed all night. Tonight he's stressed. Well, last night he's stressed all night. And last night's food was awful. So yeah, we won't be staying here anymore. Right, so I'm going to get changed, get down for breakfast, and we'll get on our way, and we'll see you out there. Well, we're on our way, and to be honest, I'm glad to be out of there. Yeah, I won't be going back there again. That was an awful night for both of us in just about every way. So first order of the day is getting Charlie wet. So that's first objective achieved, and there's a footpath by the side of the road for a bit, and I'd forgotten about this. So we're going up to Grisedale Bridge, and then just straight up Grisedale. to Grisedale Tarn, down middle to Little Tongue, is it? I don't know. And then to, well, our pub's just on outskirts of Grasmere, but we'll be getting there far too early, setting off at this time. So yeah, while we make our way along here, we'll have a look at the route. So we're off the main road and now we're on the minor road that leads into Grisedale. Bit of up. Already I wasn't expecting this. At least we're in the shade. And I'm hoping, I don't know, we might be in the shadow of St Sunday Crag for a while. We'll have to see. Right, upwards. So last time we were here, we came down that path where that sign was pointing there, and we went up Burke's, and I can't remember if we did Arneson Crag or if we missed that out. We went up a path up here round what's called Blind Cove. I mean, it were a great route, but I messed the video up. I'd got some new software and I was trying to alter colours now, and it turned out to be a nightmare of a video. Colours were all over the place. But it's a good route, is that, and little used as well. Hang on. Charlie! And looking up valley, it all seems to be in shade at the moment, so we might be looking, and I'll give you a look on the other camera. So all the valleys in shade at the moment. Hopefully we'll take advantage of that for hopefully until we get up to Grisedale Tarn. So in front of us there is Burkhouse Moor. You can't see Helvellyn. Then there's Nethermost Pike, and then that one in between Nethermost Pike and Dollywagon Pike. It's a Burkitt, and I can never remember its name. But then you've got Dollywagon Pike, and then on this side of the valley is St Sunday Crag. Oh, and a wheatear on the wall there. Right, on we go. Now we don't mind cattle when there's a fence between them and us. And I've found that they're belted Galloways. If we have been through fields of belted Galloways, they're normally quite placid. They're not a bad breed to be walking through. We're fortunate enough to have been in the shade quite a bit so far. Oh, I hope we stay in it. Say St Sunday Crags up here, and it is at the moment casting a shadow over the valley. Hope it lasts. Right, on we go. So we just come through that gate, and if you want to go up to Burke's via Blind, I can't remember if it's Blind, yeah, it's Blind Cove. Goes up there, works its way around. That's a good route. I can recommend that. It's quiet. There's no real route finding issues. There's no technical stuff. Goes up round back of Blind Cove, and you can get yourself up onto Burke's, then back down over Arneson Crag, come up from Patterdale. Yeah, that's a good route, is that. This side of the valley's still in shade, which is good. I mean, we've got stunning views. I'll just show you. I mean, look at that. That is just stunning, isn't it? So this is Grisedale now, and that plantation that we've just passed the corner of there, if you're looking on map to find out where that path up to Burke's goes, that's called Elm Howe Plantation. So it's just at the corner of that way. You branch off by that wall. Oh, there's a nice breeze as well. On we go. That's looking up to Nethermost Cove. This outcrops at left here, that's Eagle Crag. And then above the cove, that's Striding Edge. which we nearly came a cropper on last year. And this, that's Birkhouse Moor. Now there's a footpath, branches off to the right here. We're going to stay on to Bridleway on this side of the valley. So the coast to coast signpost there said 1.75 miles to Grisedale Tarn, and when we get there we'll be well over halfway. So yeah, it's going better than I was expecting so far, especially like heat wise. We've managed to stay in quite a bit of shade. Mind you, that the sun is now above St Sunday Crag, so we'll have to see how we get on. Mind you, like I say, it's less than 2 miles to Grisedale Tarn. There's plenty of streams to get Charlie in on the way up there, and it can have a good swim when we get there. Right, up we go. So that climbing hut there, that's called Ruthwaite Lodge. That's where we're heading. So yeah, and we're going to stop there for an early coffee and a chew, I think. Right, on we go. So we're at Ruthwaite Lodge, got in the shade. Charlie's stressed out again. Yeah, look, can you see? Can you see him now? He's just tried to get in that door. There's jets around, isn't there? So he's stressed out again. He won't eat his chew, won't have a drink. I don't know. Right, so I'm not going to rush away from here. I'm going to cool down a bit. It was a bit of a pull coming up there with that rucksack on, but it's just a steady incline from here to Grisedale Tarn, then last little up to Grisedale Hause, and it's pretty much all downhill from there. We're over halfway now, so yeah, making good progress. Just hope them jets clear off. Right, I'm going to have my coffee and then just chill out here for a bit before we carry on our way. Oh, well, I enjoyed my coffee, but Charlie's not enjoying himself now. And blooming jets, it sounds like they're going up and down over Kirkstone Pass. So hopefully they won't come right over us. No, they've upset him now. So we're going to plod on up to Grisedale Tarn. We'll get him playing in there, it'll take his mind off him. This here behind us is Cofer Pike and up to Fairfield. So it's just a steady incline now for us up to Tarn, and then pretty much all downhill from there to the pub. We're going to be well early for checking in time. Might have to see what refreshments are on offer in Grisedale. Right. On we go to oh, and before we get to Tarn, I'll see if we can find the brothers' parting stone. It's a bit off the track. I did find it when we came other way on coast to coast, but it's a bit off piste to get to it. So we'll see if we can find it. Right upwards. So there's the brothers' parting stone. We're not going to go down to it. I just want to get to Tarn and get Charlie in it as soon as possible, which hopefully shouldn't be far over this brow. So Charlie had a great play that's got him absolutely soaked, so that should keep him cool for a while. Now the thing is, once he gets in water playing like that, he never wants to stop. And that behind us there, that's coming down from Dollywagon Pike. And if you wanted to do a route similar to this, but you wanted to add some Wainwrights on, you could go up over Striding Edge, Helvellyn, Nethermost Pike, Dollywagon Pike, and come down this zigzag path here if you wanted to do some Wainwrights. And I forgot to tell you what the brothers' parting stone was all about, didn't I? It's where the Wordsworth brothers, I don't know if they actually did or allegedly did, where the last time they actually saw each other, where one of them, whose name I forget, went off to make his fortune or whatever in America, and other one, called William, stayed here to tell us all about daffodils and the like. So that's what the brothers' parting stone is all about. I didn't want to go, I just wanted to get to Tarn and get Charlie in it, get him cooled down, and then jets buzzed around again while he was in Tarn, but that was taking his mind off it. Right, so we've just got a little bit of up to get to Grisedale Hause, and it's all downhill from there to the pub. Right, we'll see you in a bit. So that's all our up done. It's a bit breezy here now, which is great. If you can see behind me, that like scree path there, that's a route up Seat Sandal. And first time I did it, we'd just come down from Fairfield up there in a whiteout, came all the way down there and up there to Seat Sandal. Yeah, that was fun. We'd come over, is it High Rig or High Crag, is it? I can't remember, up there, over Stone Arthur, and up there Fairfield and Seat Sandal. Well, it was a whiteout at the top of Fairfield. Right, so downwards we go. I had plotted was to follow the Bridleway, which goes off over there and down. I think is that Little Tongue, whereas this is just a footpath, but this is the main track, isn't it? So we'll go this. We've been down this way before, and the only reason I didn't plot a route to come down this way before is because the fields right down at the bottom before you get onto the road are a bit cowy. But we'll go down this way because I think there'll be more chance of getting some more water for Charlie as well, which there is just down here. There's some stepping stones, so some more water for Charlie down here. So we'll see if them fields at the bottom are still cowy. That's looking back where we've just come down. Oh, it's great. Down the stream. I'm not sure what that's called. I'll have to have a look on the map and let you know a bit further down. It's warm now. There's no shade and we're in sun. Unfortunately, there's a few little streams crossing us to get Charlie, and he had a good play. That last one where them stepping stones were. So yeah, managing to keep him cool. And there is a bit of a breeze. I don't know if that helps for Charlie. Right, downwards we go. There's not a right lot to show you coming down here, eh? I mean, the views are spectacular, but it's just the same views in front and behind. That's looking over to Helm Crag, and then just down over the line of the path, that's where we're going tomorrow. We're not actually going to the top, but we're going around around the lower slopes of Silver Howe into Langdale. Oh, and I tell you what, it's hot now. I'm getting Charlie. Every stream that we cross, I'm getting Charlie in it. Keep him as cool as possible. I mean, he's doing it. He's still loving it. He still wants to chase around, so he's not overheating. Just keep him as wet as possible. Right, downwards. So last time we were here, we took that left fork there, and that's where we ended up in Cowfields. So we're going to drop down to, it's called Gill, is this beck that I couldn't remember the name of earlier. So we're going to drop down here, and then we pick up what was my intended route coming down the other gill. I mean, there's no sign of a path at all. It just looks pathless bracken fest up there, and that's supposed to be the bridle way. So yeah, we're going to get down to this footbridge, get Charlie in stream, and I think we'll have lunch. Right, see you down there. So that gate we've just passed, that was where we went last time we were here, when we went up Seat Sandal, and when we went on that path over there and ended up through Field of Cows. And that nondescript, well, it was no more than a trod, and it soon fizzled out to nothing that I showed you just back there. That was the alleged bridle way that was our intended route. So glad I didn't try to come down there. Oh, and hopefully we've got a bit shade for a bit now as well. Right, on we go. Well, I'm glad we set off earlier like we did, because if we'd have set off at the time I was intending, we'd have been just about on tops now, and my GPS is saying that it's 33 degrees. Fortunately, I've been able to keep Charlie wet, and I've kept an eye on how warm he's getting, and he's been fine. So yeah, whew, warm. Looking forward to a pint. Not much further to go now though. Well, we're almost at the road now, so I won't do any filming once we get onto that. And I think we might have to call into the Travellers Rest beer garden before we get to our accommodation. Absolutely gagging. And I was going to have lunch where we passed them last streams, but just too hot to eat. Charlie didn't want these neither, but he didn't want these because all he wanted to do was chase stones in stream. Right, so yeah, we're going to pop out on the road here, and I think we'll call in at Travellers Rest. Yes, I shall. So we found a nice shady table at the Travellers Rest. And I've got a pint of Wainwright, and it's actually a nice pint as well. Yes, I'll have to have another one of them, I think. Oh, what a day it's been. It got too hot coming down from Tarn. We've cooled down now. Charlie's having his lunch. Yeah, oh, excuse me. He's finished it. Great. Yeah, we're cooling down now, but coming down from Tarn. Straight into the sun, not much shade. Yeah, it got warm coming down there. Right, so finish this, probably have another, and who knows, maybe there's another, because it is a nice pint, and it is one of my favourite beers, is Wainwright as well. And we're looking at a Wainwright up there, looking at Helm Crag. Oh, right, I'm going to have this and another, and we'll see you on the way to the Swan Inn. Cheers. very nice. So we're installed. Whew, what a warm day it's been. I'm glad to be here. Early signs are we could be having another stressing out night. He's gone down there. I don't know what's it with him. Right, and we haven't got a bath tonight neither. It's just a shower, so get myself in there. God, I must absolutely stink. I'm a bit salty as well. So yeah, have a shower. I haven't had a look at the menu yet. Don't know what's on offer. I mean, we're early. It's only 20 to 3. So yeah, get freshened up a bit and probably go down for another beer before tea. So we'll see you in a bit. Well, that's us fed and watered. Oh, what a difference between the quality of the food tonight and last night, to say that same chain of hotels. It's very rare I have a dessert. It's got to be good food for me to have a dessert, but that was spot on. Really enjoyed that. And we had a disaster. Charlie's stressing again. I'd just got him settled down when we got in here. He was chilled out, and then blooming, I don't know, 4 or 5 jets flew right over the hotel, and then about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour later, they flew back other ways as well. So that's him stressing out. He's not got over that. Was before we went down for tea, but he's not got over that yet. So we could be in for another stressy night. Oh dear. Right, so it won't be long before we turn. I'm stuffed now. Had a few lagers as well. So yeah, should be a cooler day tomorrow. We're only doing about 5.5 miles as well. So we're going to turn in soon, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. We're up. One of us is breakfasted. I think he's just finishing his off down there now. What a night last night was compared to the night before. He's settled. We both had a good night's sleep. I was still a bit warm, but yeah, he's chilled out this morning, pretty much anyway. So we're gonna have breakfast and then make our way to the Old Dungeon Ghyll. It's only about 5.5, 6 miles today. Latest checkout time is 10:30, so I'm going to leave it as late as I can. The hills are all clagged in at the moment, but that's forecast to clear up, and it's supposed to be somewhere about 10 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, which will be good for Charlie. Yeah, so no issues last night at all. The food was better. It was great with food, but they had no bitters on draft. I don't know what that's all about. So I'm drinking this Madry lager, which was all right. All right, so I'm gonna make my way down for breakfast, and we'll see on our way through Grasmere. So we're into Grasmere, and it's quieter than I was expecting, really, once we got past them tree fellas. Mind you, I think there was 5 of them actually. Right, so there's been a little alteration to the route. After we get past Meg's Gill, I was going to drop down to Chapel Style, but I'm not now. I'm just going to contour around the fell side and drop down onto the road near the Cumbria Way, I think it is. Yeah, a little alteration then. I was going to miss out the new Dungeon Ghyll, but we're going to be early getting to Old Dungeon Ghyll, so we might have to call it New Dungeon Ghyll for a pint on his way. So as we head on through Grasmere, we'll have a quick look at today's route. So we've branched off from the centre of Grasmere onto Langdale Road, which goes up Red Bank. I don't know if you know this area at all, but I use that if I'm going into Langdale. I use Red Bank, and every time I go up it, I think to myself, how on earth did I manage to cycle up here? And it was a few years ago now. But yeah, I've cycled up Red Bank and can't believe how I got up it. Right, still amazed how quiet it is really. So we go up to the base of Red Bank, and then we fork off on a footpath to the right, which goes up in the direction of Silver Howe. Well, that shady lane back there to start off with was nicer. Don't know about it being 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. It feels warm now. I've just had a look at GPS and that's saying it's 22, but it feels warmer than 22. And behind us there, that's the one with just a bit of cloud on top is Fairfield, and then Seat Sandler and that valley between the two, that's where we came down yesterday. And I think that's is that Heron Pike and not Rig that way. That there is that's Stone Arthur and up to Great Rig. Oh, right, we'll carry on up here. So last time we were here, we went off up there to Silver Howe, and that was a walk that we had to cut short. It was about Christmas time, I think. It was blowing an absolute hoolie. Could hardly stand up when I got to the top of there, so yeah, we cut the walk short. Ooh, we could do with some of this cloud blowing over us as well. That's looking back over to Fairfield, and then this way looking over Grasmere and Rydal. Right, we're going to head off down here, which looks to be an absolute bracken fest. Right, Tick City, here we come. So that's a better view, looking over Grasmere and Rydal. To do with some of them clouds over here. Mind you, careful what you wish for, because one of the forecasts I looked at said there was possibility of a few showers today. So I think that's about our climbing done now. That's great views there, isn't it? Looking back up to Fairfield, St Sunday Crag there as well. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do Silver Howe and out and back. Some people coming down from it there. Yeah, right, onwards we go. See if we can find this Meg's Gill and get Charlie in it. Right, we've got a bit more up. I wasn't expecting this. And I'm hoping that this Meg's Gill is just up here and got plenty of water in it for Charlie. Right, upwards we go. So we've arrived at Meg's Gill, found this Charlie-sized plunge pool, so I'm going to get him in there. He'll enjoy that, cool him down. But I don't know what's going on with this footpath. It's come here and then it's just stopped. There's no signs of anything going off on the other side. So I think what we'll do is we'll go back once I've got Charlie in here. We're going to take 5 here. We'll go back to where we had that view over to Wetherlam, and then we'll start to drop down. That'll take us down into Chapel Style. I mean, my original plan was to start descending once we crossed over here, so yeah, we'll do that. But I'm going to get Charlie in here, get him cooled down, and I'm going to have a coffee, I think. Right, we'll see you in a bit. after Charlie had had his play in that little pool there, we found this path coming up the other side. So yeah, we're gonna carry on and see where this takes us. Well, so as you can see, that path was a non-starter. We need to be down there. We've come far too far up Meg's Gill. We came along that path there. You can see a chap on it. Yeah, so we need to be down there. Oh, now then, look, there's somebody making the way through the bracken over there. I wonder where they're going. That's kind of more where we need to be heading. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to go back down to Meg's Gill or to wander over that way. I'll have a think. Decided to wander down off piste in the general direction of the footpath, and we've come across this faint little path here. Look, so we'll follow this, see where this takes us. It's heading generally in the right direction anyway, so let's see. So we're going down there. I mean, we're only a matter of metres from the map, the path that's marked on OS Maps. I say I'd changed my route and I'd plotted it on OS Maps app this morning, and we're only a matter of metres away from path that it's plotted out for us. So where it is, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get our way down here somehow. So there you can see the path coming down from above that outcrop there, and it comes down here and it kind of disappears into bracken there, a bit like Charlie. So yeah, we're going that way, but I wouldn't come this way. When we got to that first point where we saw Weatherlam and we turned right, just keep going straight on and you'll drop further down there. Well, you drop down into Chapel Style, you go to the pub, go to the Wainwright bar, have a pint, rather than coming this way. This is not to be recommended. So we might head off over that direction, I think. Right, on we go. There's a nice handy cairn. Oh, right. Hopefully we won't have any more issues. Right, up this way, I think. So looking back, we came down that gully there. As you can see here, the path quite clearly comes along there. So where that crosses Meg's Gill, I don't know, because the path we were following just went far too high. Right, I'll turn you around because we're starting to get good views at Langdale's. So there we are, that's looking up Great Langdale to Pavey Ark, Harrison Stickle, Loft Crag, and that must be Piker Stickle you can see behind Loft Crag, I think. Piker Blisco is in the clag and looking up towards the Crinkles. This is Lingmore. That was Charlie's final Wainwright for his first time round. Right, it's glorious. Now this cloud cover's great for Charlie and me as well, actually. Right, hopefully the path will be clear to follow from now on. Well, this is stunning, isn't it? Heading into to Great Langdale, and it's just the right temperature at the moment. It's cool enough for Charlie, but it's warm enough to make me thirsty, and the pub's just down there. So yeah, this is a new path for me. Never been on this. Well, I couldn't find it back there, could I? Yeah, but I mean, it's well used. So where it obviously comes across Meg's Gill somewhere, but I don't know where. We've missed it somehow. So yeah, down here and into Great Langdale, and then you can make out this. It's called a boat, byway open to all traffic. Goes now then. No, we're not going that way actually, because or are we? Are we going to the pub, or aren't we going to the pub? See, the thing is, if we're going to the pub, we go that way. If we're not going to the pub, we go over here, where them cows are. That could be the deciding factor. and then along the path on the lower slopes of Ling Mel, and that takes us round to Great Langdale campsite and straight to a pub from there. It's far too early to be checking in, so I think it might be boat and to New Dungeon Ghyll for a pint in there, given that that's the pub and no cows, and that's not the pub and cows. I think I know where my vote's going. Pub and no cows. On we go. So that path down there is the cows and no pub option. Oh, which Charlie seems, no he doesn't, he's come to his senses. And so we have the no cows and pub option. Go on Charlie, nearly at the pub. I'll just show you what we're looking at as we're making our way to the pub. Well that's Lingmoor, and then that's Side Pike. Other side of Side Pike is what's called Fat Man's Agony, a squeeze that you've got to get through. And just going to disappear behind this tree is Pike of Blisco, and then the other side of the tree is a Burkitt, and every time I come here I forget its name. And then in the clag is the Crinkles, and then straight above the path here is the band that leads up to Bowfell. Right, almost at the pub. We are installed in the Old Dungeon Ghyll. That's been another great day. Really enjoyed that. Only about 5 miles, I think, just over 5 miles, but it's been brilliant. It's a bit warm to finish with. No, it's been good. I mean, the scenery as we were walking up into Great Langdale, just absolutely stunning. So yeah, really good. So I'm going to get myself Showered. Well, I think they're not en suite, these rooms. I've stayed here before. They're perfectly fine bathrooms that end at corridor, and I'm sure it's a bath, which I'm looking forward to get soaked in that. It's only 3:30 now, so have a good soak in there, get spruced up a bit, and go down and see what they've got to sample in the bar and the restaurant. So we'll see you down there. Well, good morning. Firstly, apologies for not saying good night last night. Got chatting to a few blokes down in bar, and the old peculiar was flowing far too well, so it was just straight to bed when we got up. But it's another stunning morning out there, absolutely gorgeous. But it's just a day of homeward travel for us today. So what's the 3 days been like? Absolutely brilliant. Apart from Tuesday night in the Ullswater Inn, which I'll never be staying in again. The food was awful. Charlie just stressed the entire time we were there. Neither of us got a good night's sleep. So yeah, that was the low point of the trip. But apart from that, everything else has just been absolutely brilliant. We've had great weather. Got a bit warm for Charlie on Wednesday, but managed to keep him wet pretty much all day. So that was good, and plenty of water for him to drink. Yeah, been absolutely stunning. I can recommend this if you want to leave your car at home, and you can do it from Penrith. Get train or whatever transport to Penrith. Start off with the Eamont Way on the boat down Ullswater. Find somewhere else to stay in Glenridding, and then walk over for 2 more days to end up in Great Langdale. Now, to get back is 2 buses. No, it's 3 buses for me, and 2 trains. So if you started from Penrith, it'd be 2 buses and 2 trains to get back to Penrith. So it's been brilliant. So yeah, going to go down, have breakfast. Our first bus stop's just outside the hotel there, 10 o'clock. And we should be home for about 1:30, I think. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed our little adventure. There's not going to be anything to show you today. It's just, like I say, trains and buses home. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do all the usual stuff, the liking, subscribing, ring the notification bell, commenting, share. It'd be great to hear your comments, what you think about these multi-day hikes that we've started doing and putting on YouTube. Yeah, brilliant. So hopefully we'll see you on another one quite soon. Ta-ra!